Hey party people, welcome back to MVM, and today I'm here with the Just Play for Charcuterie, the board game. This is by Third World Studios. It plays in about, honestly, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It's 2 to 6 players. What you're doing in this game is you're making a charcuterie board. So you got this board, these boards here, and you're trying to draft tiles in an I split you choose situation, and you're trying to score points based on the different objectives that are available, and then also your own that is secret. How does that work? Well, you have this bag and it's full of tiles, and there's a lot of tiles in here, and depending on your player count, you're going to draft you're going to put a certain amount out there. So the person that's drawn from the bag will just grab, I believe for 3, I think it's like that for 2 players. I think it's 3 sets of 3. So you grab here, and yes, there are shapes that seem similar, but they are different. So I want you to know that right away. You're like, well, I'll just grab all the circles. Nope, they all feel different. Okay. So what will happen is something like that. The person to my left, the person who did not draft tiles, will start the draft here. We'll go two rounds around, and I'll just grab one of these. And then what I do is I put this on my board. Now, what is my rhyme or reason? Well, we're taking a look at these kind of goals here, and there are like a little bit harder goals to achieve, but we're looking at these goals and we're looking at ways to make things adjacent, have a certain amount of making unique ones, so having ones that are different. You want to maybe have things touching, maybe you don't want to have things touching. And what you're doing is as you put those out here, for example, I have a bread here and it says for each bread of the same shape. So I want to make sure I have breads that are the same shape, not like that. So I'm looking for, let's see what the meat next to each bread for each adjacent meat to bread. So I'm going to put those right on top of each other. I can't cover more than 50% of a spot, so that's how that works. You have this one over here. So what are they going to do? They're going to see, and as you can see, I already kind of have some stuff set up because veggies, you want veggies to touch cheese in this game. So you're trying to get these things set up as best as possible. This is unique, so I'm going to move this around. And as you get these tiles, you can move things around and rearrange up until the end. So you're really paying attention to the light strategy of how this works. It becomes a mess, which is the fun part of this game. There's private, and there's private objectives. This one says for each group of 3 of the same, and then I have this goal that says the exact opposite, so I got to watch out for that. I get 10 points if I do that. This one says the fewer meats I have. Well, I have 2. If I only have 2, I get 15 points, and it gets less and less and less the more meat I have. But I also want to pay attention to this. There's a lot of different things at play, but it's a very light strategy game. Well, how do you feel about this game? What is this game for? Who is this game for? I don't know. People who like to party. People who don't care about, who are not super rule sticklers, because the adjacency rules and pulling tiles out, people will be like, hey, well, all the squares are this and all of that. I get it. That could be a positive and a negative. But people who typically like this are going to have higher player counts, family weight gamers, sometimes people who like to switch it up, at game night. Depends on your crowd. If you're like a lower medium level and then you just like the licks and lighter games that are 30 minutes, this is the type of game you're looking for. But really loose fun rules, okay? Then you have your other side. This is tough because there's a lot of borderline 50% rule situation going on here, and that could be a problem for some people. Like, how do you determine if this is 50% of and whatnot? You're eyeballing it. Eyeballing it is a tough thing for some people. Also, I split you choose is kind of a cutoff mechanic. Like, you would take a stack specifically because someone may want it. You can look at other people's board and go like, hey, I don't want them to get that. I split you choose is one of those divisive ones. I mean, you are literally split between it, right? So anyway, you are split between that stuff. I think if you are not necessarily, you're like a heavier weight group, I'm not sure you would flip for this one here. But this is a mass market game. You probably will see it very, very soon. If not, you can buy it at the conventions. If not, it'll be out soon. And for me, it's a recommendation, but is it for you is the most important. That is Charcuterie, the board game. Thank you for watching our Just Played. I'll see you next time.